Welcome to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida's new and exciting weekly radio show. A show focused on businesses in Bay and surrounding counties. Business Between the Lines is hosted by Christy Kirkland, a business accelerator with Answer Marketing, and co-hosted by Jason Price, a video guru with Riplify Media.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, Christy.
Hey, everyone, and welcome back to ESPN Northwest Florida's newest radio show, Business Between the Lines. I am your hostess, Christy Kirkland, owner of Answer Marketing, a business acceleration firm here in Bay County. I manage a lot of pro groups like the A-Team Power Connectors, the Smart Team, which is a continuing education training group for entrepreneurs that are just looking for the answers, both personally and professionally, the Leaders Group, which is a support group for pro women, and the Loyal to Local group that is responsible for the cash mob and a lot more. I am thankful again to be here on Business Between the Lines, sharing business banter with my dear friend Jason.
Hey guys, my name is Jason. I'm the owner of Riplify Media, which is a video production company that helps people be known and understood through the power of video. So basically what we do is we sit down with you, talk to you about your life, talk to you about your business, and turn your message into something that everyone can look at and understand, which obviously we all know if you're known and understood, then you're going to have more sales. And that's what I get to do. I love hearing stories, which is why I love being on this show. I'm losing my voice. Guys, it's our hope that with our combined experience and the experience of our incredible guests, especially the ones coming on today, that it'll be a huge value to everyone listening to our show, Business Between the Lines, a huge value to all of our community.
It's going to be loaded weekly with a lot of value in the form of tips to help you on your journey, continuing educational tidbits, community spotlights with either a local business professional or a small business, and whatever else we can squeeze in.
Exactly. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with today's guest, Randy Baxter, Realtor Extraordinaire.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, Christy.
Hey,
Randy.
Hey, guys.
And everyone, welcome back to ESPN Northwest Florida's newest radio show, Business Between the Lines. We are joined now by our Realtor Extraordinaire, like we told you before. Yeah, we're going to totally brag him up because he is completely awesome. And one of the things that we brought him on here to share with you is about thinking outside the box. It's one thing to have somebody, you go to these training seminars, you go to these motivational things, you take online courses, and they all tell you, you got to think outside the box. You got to be original. You got to be unique. But what does that mean?
Yeah, what does it look like? What's the, action, step? And before Randy shares, so just full insight, to be perfectly candid between me and you, the listener, I don't like realtors. Most of them drive me crazy. Most of them are fake. Most of them just want to make a buck. And I adore Randy because he's there to help the person in front of him not make a buck.
And we couldn't think of someone better to talk about this because it's not just one of those things saying it. He's actually living it. And with everything that's been happening lately, he sat down and he was like, what else can I do? What can I do and it wasn't so much about thinking outside the box. It was more about what can I do to help my customer, honestly help my customer. And I mean, I know we've heard the story before and we're going to just take it because we like to talk, but we're going to throw it to you to tell how this all came about and some of the stuff that you've done. So
Building relationships with people.
Right.
As I've done with you guys, A-Team. Are you going to chase the money? Are you going to chase transaction? Or are you going to build relationships with people? So in the search for how am I going to better serve my the people that's working with me, and I'm giving them my time, they're giving me their time. When that transaction closes, whether it's a buy or a sell, the thing that I do is as my final thank you for that business is that I've got a lady that has a catering company, and I'll get with that buyer or seller, find out what their favorite foods are, and I have a caterer come in to their home once they've moved in and things have settled down. I have a caterer come into their home and and serve them their favorite meal, whatever that may be. We had some folks in the A-Team a while back that bought a house, closed on it, and they had salmon and filet.
Yeah.
So you're not just ordering them a pizza.
No, no, we're not calling DoorDash and having DoorDash bring something over. No, I mean, we've got a
catered meal.
Class A caterer that cooks whatever your favorite meal's going to be,
Right.
and get to have that in your new home
And
at your
love
leisure.
that it's even more than thinking outside the box. It's even more than providing something that you know means a lot to your customers. I mean, think about it. You're in your home and everything's boxed up, and you're like, okay, where's the dishes? Where's the silverware? Where's the
So what do
plates?
you do?
Where's
You order
the,
pizza, or you go and you grab takeout?
And
or...
they're surviving the moment. It's exhaustive to go through that process, and they're just like, I'm done. I don't want to open a box. I just want to sit here. And they do. They eat pizza or something like that. And what
There's
you're
your
doing,
options: fast food, go to
Yeah.
a restaurant, order a pizza. Or nothing,
That's always an option.
or nothing. And,
Right.
and once again, to know that, and that's a conversation I've had with them, so they know that that's coming on that move-in date or
Right.
the day that's been scheduled, and they don't have to worry about that meal prep for the family or him and her, him, however that works out. There's
Right.
no meal prep involved in it at that
Exactly.
point in time.
And
I know
even-
whenever we buy a house, that is one thing that will not stress out my wife on
There
the
you
day
go.
of moving in.
Yeah.
Is what are we going to eat?
Yeah, exactly.
Because she's going to get to pick it.
Exactly. Whatever you guys would want, and that's what we'll have her bring into you guys and
Right.
set up for you. So it's
That's amazing.
it's something I thought that people would really appreciate, and at this point in time, it really does seem like it's been one of my
right.
greatest think outside the box moments. Is what can I do to really give back and show that I appreciate the business.
Right.
It's something
and it's
personal.
honestly, it's even bigger than that, because not only are you taking care of that customer in a very unique way and solving a need that they have, not just the home, but that first meal, and really making it feel like a home because of it being catered in, but you're giving business to even another business, because the first time you used that was a new company that was just starting up with their catering and
Yeah.
trying to get the word out there and get their name out there. And you partnered up with them to bring it. And now it's like, now these people that are coming in their home, they're like, wow, have you tried this catering company? So it's Dynamite Realtor and a Dynamite catering company, and it just kind of brings that full circle that you're just kind of expanding that community love by
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah, again, the A-Team brings a lot of different people into my realm that helps me with selling houses on lots of different levels. And the caterer is just a little piece of that.
Right. I love it. I love it.
And hey, I'm thankful they're 18 because that's how I know you, Randy. That's how I know you, Christy.
Yeah.
When we talk about it so much, and I think definitely one of the keys to my success, and I'd say it's probably with both of you too, is surrounding yourself with amazing people that help you move forward and can help you make, set up for these sort of things that you're doing.
Find your tribe.
Yeah.
Find your tribe. Get around. Get those people that professional and personal both. Get them around you and get involved with them. Find your tribe, and you'll find out that you've got a lot of people behind you to support you in whatever you're looking to do.
And what
Yeah.
a glorious time when your professional friends and your personal friends are the
Come
same
together.
people.
Oh, absolutely,
Oh,
absolutely.
man, life gets so good when
Right.
you got those
Absolutely.
people, man.
So the big thing, honestly, with that thinking outside the box, again, from the beginning when we were saying, it's more than just a platitude, just saying, hey, you got to think outside the box, but bringing something genuine like that to the table. And I can't thank you enough because you're giving everybody your inside secrets
Yeah.
to being extraordinary and doing something unique. So, don't be afraid to try something new and reach out to other companies and ask them and find out how you can partner and how you can provide something unique in your own industry to make yourself stand out a little bit more and be a little bit different and stuff. And it all comes back to, you saw a need and you fulfilled that need. It wasn't just, hey, I'm going to give them a gift because, we're closing on the house, and that traditional mindset. You took a step back and said, what need can I keep solving? And that all rolls back to, you're not just talking the talk, you're walking the walk by saying, building that relationship, and that's how you're doing it.
Absolutely. Build the relationships.
Yeah, you're
Everybody can chase a dollar. Build a relationship. You'll be much more prosperous.
Exactly. That's amazing. And I love that you're going and you're filling a need, not just in the minimum way. Like the minimum way to solve this need is, okay, well, look, the family needs to eat.
We'll
So we'll
them
do
a
something
pizza.
simple.
Here's
Yeah.
a coupon for Domino's.
Right.
It's the
It could have
total
been
extra mile.
It could have been the easy way out, but yeah.
'Cause
No,
you got
I
some,
won't-
you know, whether it's you got some picky eaters, or you got people who just don't want to have pizza because you're moving all day and then you eat all the grease from a pizza and you're just, or maybe they just really do want the pizza and you order them the very best pizza.
Well, we'll have Carlo make them the very best pizza if that's what they want to.
Most definitely. So I love that. I mean, everybody, this is exactly what the show is about, is finding stuff like this that we can share out there. Again, you're not alone in this, you know. Try something new, think outside that box, and it's not just a cliche. It's not just a platitude that we're throwing out there and stuff to bring people in like you that share that real value and show people this is how it's done. This is what we do. You know, this is how you can make
Be
things happen.
yourself. Be yourself and be genuine and come from the heart with things, and you know,
Solve a need.
exactly.
Solve a need.
Yeah.
Please,
yeah.
dear God, if you're a realtor, take the advice. It's a great strategy. Serve your people. Okay.
Don't listen to him. I love you all.
Randy would never say that to you. I'm just sharing my heart.
Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you for coming on. Honestly, thank you for sharing.
Thanks for having
that.
me. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that they have a special secret, the secret sauce to their success, and they hold it close. And for you to come on here, that it's big, it's huge, and I appreciate it.
My secret's just being me.
Like I said, realtor extraordinaire.
Yeah, it's amazing. Guys, thanks so much for listening to this episode, but don't go away. Christy and I will be right back sharing a little bit more about thinking outside the box and doing the little extra mile. Not just ordering the pizza or giving the gift card, but how to do the extra thing. Keep tuning in. We'll be right back after the commercial break. Hey, Christy.
Hey, Jason.
Hey guys, welcome back to 104.3 Business Between the Lines. We just had an incredible segment with realtor extraordinaire Randy Baxter. Guys, we're told all the time, very often, to think outside the box, but the question is, how exactly do we do that? You know, how do we develop the ability to confront problems in ways other than the ways that we've always confronted problems? How do we cultivate the ability to look at things differently from the way that we typically always look at things? Well, Christy has some amazing insight on this that she's going to share with us. So what you got, Christy?
So thinking outside the box is more than just a business cliche. It means approaching the problems in new, innovative ways. And yes, that's easier said than done, but sometimes understanding your position in relation to any particular situation in a way that you've never thought about it before. So you have to stop and just cast out everything else. So when you're writing stuff down and you're thinking about, you know, what can I do different? And the first thing that pops in your mind, like maybe with realtors and stuff like that, is giving them a welcome home gift. You know, some nice little basket.
That's the normal way to do it.
It's the traditional. So you write that down, you put a big old cross through it, and you say, what problem can I solve? What can I help to keep furthering that relationship? Because it's in anything we do, in any business, not just real estate, it's not a one and done. If you really want to grow your business, you really want to be successful out there, you have to, like Randy said, cultivate that relationship. And the best way to do that is to keep solving problems. So yes, you can take a class and you can learn about problem solving and turning your thinking process around and stuff. This is a very powerful skill to be able to do, to think outside the box. It's not something easy to do. And sometimes it requires getting other people around you that you can bounce ideas off of. And that was some of the stuff that Randy did when he was talking with like the A team. And he's like, I want to do something more. I want to do something extra.
But what is it?
Yeah. And keep pushing that envelope and really solve the problems and stuff. But
And I love with Randy how he does that, you know, with doing the specialized, like, you know, really intentional catering, is he's solving a huge problem, but I love that he's not doing it the normal way. And he's also not doing it at the time that he's expected to. Because his job is find the house and give the house to the person. His job is to sell the house and make sure it gets to the right person. So really his job is finished. I mean, we talked about this in an earlier episode. His job was finished.
It's not my job.
It's not my
keep
job.
Taking care of.
It's not his job to take care of the couple after they bought the house. That's his time to skedaddle and move on to the next thing. But like he said when he opened up, it's not about the transaction. And I love too, he has so much gratitude for the people that do business with him. And as a huge piece of, as a huge thank you to them, he goes and buys him a meal, and those aren't cheap meals.
Not a pizza. Yeah,
he's not spending $10 on a pizza, and by golly, I love pizza, but I would love a catered meal a whole lot more after buying a house. And I love the humility that he has to really thank the couple that he's helping, because I think it's so easy as like whenever we're in the service-based sort of industry, we think that we should be thanked for providing our service. Right. But Randy's like, no, thank you for choosing me as your realtor, and then goes above and beyond.
Yeah. And again, one of the things that you can do is you have to get yourself out of that normal mental mode of this is what we've always done. This is how it happens. This is, it's my job to do this, A, B, C, D. And you get into these ruts and you don't stand out. You're not unique. But sitting down and making a list and saying, what other problems can I solve?
Oh, yeah.
It might not just be, a meal for somebody. He could have, eventually they're going to need probably plumbing or HVAC to put together maybe a book, a business cards of preferred vendors, people that he knows will take care of them. That's one more thing you can do.
I got you the house, but eventually it's going to break.
Yeah, something's going to happen.
And these are the people that fix this and this and this and this.
Right, and it just shows he cares more than just that initial transaction. This is for life. I'm here to help you to love this home for as long as you're in this home. And then guess what? At the end of the day, when they say, hey, I want to downsize or upsize or move or whatever, who are they going to call?
The person that
Who
bet
are
him.
they going to call?
Randy Baxter.
I like totally can't do the Ghostbuster thing and roll that in there. But another thing that you can do is maybe work the problem backwards.
Okay.
Because sometimes people, again, you have to get your brain out of your brain. And sometimes when people are thinking about stuff, they think about it in the normal routine. And sometimes it's just as simple as shaking that thought process up, reversing it, turning it upside down. I mean, you write your notes and you're like, okay, this is what I'm doing. Dude, even flip your paper over and look at it differently.
Yeah.
Your brain is an amazing tool, and sometimes you have to snap it out of the rut to get it to start thinking about
That's so huge.
other creative ways that you can figure out a problem. And again, think outside the box, be unique. You have to get yourself out of that initial rut.
Yeah. I remember something that is kind of off topic a little bit, but something I saw, this video of Elon Musk, and he was talking about how he comes up with ideas. And he says, normally, whenever someone wants to come up with an idea, the first way that they explain the thing they're doing is to say, well, my thing is like XYZ.
Yeah.
And start comparing it to things that have already been. And what he does when he's coming up with ideas is completely disregards how something else has been done.
Yeah.
And then move on to, well, what's the actual problem? How do I solve it?
Right.
So if you can disregard the way that other people have always done it, then that's how you avoid just being generic. And there's that whole like, what is it? If you always do what you always done, you always get what you always got.
What you always got.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite ones. And I will tell you some of the things that have happened to me recently. I mean, again, we're building the shipping container home.
Yeah.
I have my grand munchkins.
And she's making progress. I saw the other day.
Totally making progress. I have my grand munchkins living with me, and this is a perfect opportunity for me. When I have a problem, when I'm trying to solve something and I just cannot get out of that one track mindset that I've got myself in, ask a child.
Oh.
I cannot tell you how beneficial this is. Now, the child is going to tell you to make a house out of cookies. That's not what we're going for here. But the whole concept of it is they don't have those preconceived notions. And when you ask them stuff, the things that comes out of them will amaze you.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a child, borrow one from your neighbor, borrow one from your family or your friends, And just shoot some of these ideas. What would you like if you did this? You know, what would, in your bedroom, how would you like this? And you can get so much insight and just whimsical things. And the whole concept of that is to get yourself out of your head and to be thinking about things differently. And you'd be amazed what comes out of that. But ask a child.
It's almost like the older we get, you know, for some of us, the wiser we get, the more knowledge we have. Yeah. And then you get where you have this curse of knowledge where you know how so many other people have solved this problem. And you think, well, I've got to pick from this list. Well, maybe there's something else on the horizon. Maybe it's not like Randy did. Maybe it's not just a gift card. Maybe it's not just ordering a pizza or ordering takeout, but doing something that he's never heard of anybody else doing.
Right. He solved a problem. So think about what it is that you can solve. Turn it upside down, work from it backwards, ask a child, get out of your head, get out of the moment, and really start to think about, you know, what would I like? Because I can tell you if it's between a pizza and a catered meal, hands down, Randy, you got my business.
That's exactly right. Guys, huge thanks to our sponsors who help us put this show together. Guys, if you miss our show that airs every Sunday at 8 a.m., you can check us out on Facebook Live as a replay. Check us out on YouTube and across all of the major podcast platforms. If you want to be a guest, if you're like Randy and you've done something really cool and you want to be able to share it with somebody, we'd love to have you as a guest. Or if you want to be a sponsor of our show and really help us make all this come together, the best way to get in contact with us is by going to our Facebook page, Business Between the Lines. Shoot us a message. Tell us a little bit about how you want to be involved, whether it's to be a guest, whether it's to be a sponsor. You know, we'd love to have you part of the show.
Help us help you.
And maybe you'll get to be a star, just like the legendary Randy Baxter, extraordinary realtor. Guys, thanks so much for watching this episode of Business Between the Lines. We will see you next week.
Thanks for listening to Business Between the Lines. Join us every Sunday morning beginning at 8 on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.